Hello, I'm Dr. Jackie Fisch, and I'd like to talk to you about the misconceptions related to the messenger RNA vaccine for coronavirus made by both Pfizer and Moderna. So first thing you need to know is that there have been 30 years of research behind these vaccines. Scientists have been working for 3 decades to make messenger RNA vaccines both safe and effective in the human body. So the science behind these vaccines did not just develop overnight. This has taken many years to get to this point. I'd like to now show you what the virus actually looks like. And this is the coronavirus, thanks to the CDC. And the red spike proteins surrounding the virus are important when I explain the vaccination to you. Before 2019, the human body had not seen this virus before, and this is what made it so devastating around the world. So many people became ill because we had no way to fight off this virus. Our bodies had no defense mechanism against it, and so many people have lost their lives from infections because of that. So let's talk now about the vaccine. I want you to think about the messenger RNA vaccine as if it was the first row of puzzle pieces in a puzzle. And the body takes up these puzzle pieces and the vaccine enters the cytoplasm of the cell. Now, this is a picture of the cell. The yellow and orange part is the cytoplasm. The big blue thing in the middle of the cell is the nucleus. And your DNA lives in your nucleus of your cell. That's where all your information is stored. The color of your eyes, how tall you're going to be, everything about you is stored in the DNA in the nucleus of the cell. Well, the vaccine doesn't go into the nucleus. It stays in the cytoplasm. And the vaccine is like that first row of puzzle pieces. It can't do anything other than make a puzzle for one of those spike proteins. That's all it can do. And that's what it does. It enters the cell, and the little ribosomes inside the cell that are the protein builders of the cell say, yay, we love puzzles, and they quickly build the spike protein from the initial puzzle pieces, which is the vaccine. So as soon as the spike protein is completed, the body says to the vaccine, well, we don't need you anymore, so you can go. And the vaccine is destroyed and removed from the body. So now these spike proteins are recognized by your personal bodyguard, which is your immune system, as being foreign to the body or trespassers, and your immune system works hard to clear the body of these spike proteins. So now you have no more vaccine and you have no more spike proteins. So you get your second vaccination, and then 3 weeks go by and you're in the grocery store, and a man who's not been vaccinated walks past you coughing. And unfortunately, despite your best efforts, some of the virus gets into your body, past your mask, and you breathe it in through your nose. Well, this virus is now ready to create havoc in your body. But lucky for you, your bodyguard or your immune system says, wait a minute, we recognize those spike proteins as being foreign. Those are trespassers. And before the virus has a chance to make you really sick, your immune system has removed it or addressed it, and you have probably just been saved from a severe infection, potentially death, and that vaccination saved your life. So let's talk about concerns with regards to pregnancy, miscarriage, and infertility. First of all, there's absolutely no evidence in animal studies or in human studies or in the people who have been vaccinated thus far that there is an increased risk of being infertile or of having a miscarriage. So infertility and miscarriages just do not appear to be increased with this vaccine. In my own practice, certainly, I have seen young women be vaccinated and then go on to get pregnant without any apparent difficulty. And so far, they're doing well. So with regards to pregnancy, what we do know about pregnancy is that women who get coronavirus infections while pregnant are at much greater risk than non-pregnant women of becoming seriously ill. They have an increased risk of intubation and or breathing tubes and breathing machines and intensive care unit admissions. And they also have an increased risk of having preterm deliveries and having preeclampsia. These are great concerns to us. who take care of pregnant women. And this is why the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists and the Society for Maternal and Fetal Medicine have said that the coronavirus, the vaccine, should not be withheld from pregnant women. We have more and more research now that supports the idea behind the acute infection not being the end of the story. Unfortunately, up to 30% of people may go on to have a neurologic or psychiatric diagnosis up to 6 months after their initial infection. And this study included people with mild infections. So really, it's up to us to protect the vulnerable people in our lives, the vulnerable loved ones, including our children under the age of 16 who are not able to get the vaccination yet. You need to realize that it's safer to get this messenger RNA vaccine than it is to drive in your car. And we all drive without a second thought. So please go out and get vaccinated. And if you have any questions about your own personal health, please discuss them with your own doctor. Well, this is Dr. Jackie Fisch from Atlanta. Cheerio.